Hi, my name is Tony Galina. I'm the managing partner at ATSI, and we're here with Jody Wilfong.
Hello.
Assistant ecologist here, and we are, ATSI has been making sustainability possible since 1982. We have over 50 years of combined environmental consulting experience in the office available to us today. And today we are delineating this wetland that I went and did a risk assessment on 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. We did a rush order for the client, and we found some really interesting results that neither of us expected, and I want to share that with you. So I'm going to go over. I'll show you the plot hole that we briefly. I'll show you. We'll dive more into this stuff in other videos, but we're going to show you the plot hole, the test hole that we dug. We'll show you the brief overview of all the different steps we did to determine that, and then I'll go over into a little bit of the analysis. And then Jody will explain that analysis. So here we go. So we take a look here. We have the geode up here that we use to collect points, and the tripod to keep it stable. We dig a test plot here, and here's some of the soil chunks that we take out. When we take out these soils, and this is a used soil sample pit here. We have our Munsell soil book here. We use that to measure the color. I'm going to flip the camera around real quick. We use this to measure the color of the different types of soils depending on what it is. That is how we collect the data for the soil. And then we input it into our tablet here. It's kind of hard to see, but it has EcoBot. We use EcoBot. They're not sponsoring this at all, but we do use them a lot. We love those guys. They make our work way more efficient because and it goes directly to our computers back at the office. So anyway, we look at the layers of soil here. We measure the depth of the soil, and then we judge the soil color based on the Munsell soil book, and we put that information into the EcoBot to determine whether or not that is a wetland. So let me show you what we found that was interesting. So it's kind of hard to tell here, but it's and the plot's kind of destroyed because we've been working on it for the last 10 minutes. But about 9 inches, the soil layer changes, and you can't see the only difference in the soil layer. And Jody taught me this today. Is the redox here. So other than the redox, it's kind of hard to tell that there's a different soil layer at all. Another way you can tell is the texture. So we have a texture guide here. This goes into how to determine the texture of a soil. So we go through that process, and you can kind of feel it immediately that this is a different, not immediately, but you can tell that this is a different soil texture than when you grab this plot over here. Like, this is a lot more smooth. Up here it's gritty. You can tell the difference. I always got to clean off your hands and make sure you're not mixing it up here. It's gritty. It's really hard to tell. You can kind of see it. It's gritty. But the main piece here that we were confident, right, Jody?
Definitely. That
this was a wetland, 100%. Water, got hydrology, the hydric veg, the reed canary grass, all around us. Kind of not in this raised area, and that'll come into more later. But the thing here that made it not a wetland was the depth of the soil change, the depth of the soil layer. Excuse me, the depth of the soil layer. So it was at 9 inches, and if the soil layer was at 8 inches, it would be a wetland. But since it was at 9 inches, and we triple checked that measurement with different plots. We here with our original test plot or sample of the soil, and then we measured it here with an untouched soil plot. This is the original kind of plug that we took out. As you can kind of see, it's about a foot wide. So we double checked the measurement twice. And there is not that soil layer at 8 inches that is required for it to be a wetland. So this area is not a wetland. This is not a wetland. It looking like a wetland. And Jody is going to tell us why.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look to our right, my right, and my left, you'll notice that there's more reed canary grass in both of those areas, which is a really strong wetland indicator plant. It can also show up in upland too. It's a kind of goes in both. But what we noticed as we were walking in here is as we stepped down into this area, there was a slight ditch to my right here where you can see that reed canary grass. And then we came back up slightly, very slightly in elevation, into where we are now. And if we look to my left, you can also see that that slightly, very slightly again, goes down in elevation. And so that little 1 inch of elevation change really can affect where we're seeing that wetland indicator within the soil. And as we look around, we notice that this plant community is also different, which is a great telltale sign.
Yeah, so that's great. That's the reason why we have professionals like Jody and myself come and evaluate your land for wetlands, because you may have a little more value than you realize. So, and the important critical areas are protected, and the ones that aren't important critical areas are not unprotected. So yeah, there we go. Beautiful day here. We're together, and after the rain. Anyways, have a great day. If you have a piece of property that you want us to delineate or do a risk assessment on, give me a call. We have we get rush orders. We can get out as soon as a week out with resources that we have, and let us know. We'd love to help you from start to finish. We're your wetland pros. Take care. Have a great day.